you have a common doubt related to the masculine and feminine forms, masculin versus féminin, in terms of les noms. I'm going to share some techniques which have helped me learn these, retain these, and use them correctly in my sentences. So if you're still confusing your le, la, or un, une, this is where we're going to sort it once and for all. And you don't have to memorize hundreds of nouns with their gender. We're going to look at a better way to try and approach it. So, first thing I want you to learn, remember, is that you will never learn a noun alone. You will not learn a noun as a standalone word. Okay, so don't learn words like défi and don't write just challenge next to it. This is not the right approach. What you will do instead is you will remember it as un défi. You can even add an adjective with it. That's a great tip. Un défi majeur. With the masculine form, there's no extra e over here. Okay. Or you can remember the expression relever un défi. Is this clear?
Oui,
So these are
madame.
the aspects which are highlighting that this is a masculine noun. Another example could be the word ide. Now, don't just write or remember ide and write idea with it. Instead, what you will do is you can remember une ide, not an ide, but it's une ide. Okay. You can do also une ide pertinente. Pertinente. Now, this extra e and the th sound is denoting that this is feminine. Okay. Or you can do défendre une idée. When you learn the noun with the article and inside a phrase, it's like you're giving your brain that, a cue, you're giving more than one thing to remember, and it is going to make it more likely for you to retain it permanently. So, another thing you will do is you will learn some patterns. So, let's see how that can be done. There are certain endings. So, this is something that most of you do know by now. Okay. Endings, for example, there are endings that are masculine. Masculine endings will mostly have age in the end. Okay, so for example, you have le chômage, okay, or you have le partage, or you have words like which have MEN in the end. Okay, so for example, this le changement here I wanted to add you. I'm sorry, just a sec. Le changement, le développement, le comportement. There is also another ending that's ISME. Any words that have ISME in the end, for example, le tourisme, le racisme, okay, le capitalisme. But you have feminine endings. You can consider words like TION or SION or XION. They are always feminine endings. Okay, there is no exception to this. So, for example, la décision, okay, or la situation, okay, ou la connexion. Donc, ce sont des mots toujours féminins. Okay, la transition, la nominalisation. So, any nouns that have these endings are always feminine. You also have another ending which is ANCE. So, la tendance, okay, la différence, la conséquence. These are not mathematical formula based on which every single question can be answered, okay? Because you do know there exist numerous exceptions that cannot be ignored, okay? So these are just what? Just like shortcuts for you to remember or to make a good guess out of these, okay? But there's one very important aspect. Remember that not every word ending in the alphabet E is feminine. Because usually in the beginning, when students come for A1, we tell them that most words that have an E in the end, they are feminine. And then students start remembering, okay, all the E words are feminine. That's not true. So you have some examples like le livre is one of the most important ones. Okay. Or you have also words like le problème. Now this has an E in the end, but it's not feminine. Okay. Le système. Okay. Or you have le service. Okay. Le domaine. Okay. Le rôle. Le phénomène. So there are many words which do not have an which are not feminine despite having an e ending. So this is not a the right kind of a gender detector. You have to remember them, or what you can do is you can remember them with adjectives. Remember with adjectives and articles actually. Like I said, instead of remembering un défi, you should do un défi majeur. You can do like we did earlier, or you can do considérable. So un défi considérable. Okay, une idée pertinente, une idée intéressante. So when you are learning your gender of the noun with the adjective agreement, it helps you retain better. That's a great tip. Like for me also, it has helped me a lot because even, this solves your problem with the correct form of adjective. You have words like un enjeu, un atout, un avantage, un inconvénient, un risque, un impact, un phénomène, un débat, un changement. Okay, and with all of these, you can try putting some adjectives. For example, un enjeu insurmontable, un atout puissant, powerful, un impact positif ou négatif, un phénomène pertinent, un débat intéressant, un débat polémique, un changement important, un avantage primordial, un inconvénient prépondérant, un risque non négligeable. Donc, ce sont des adjectifs que vous pouvez utiliser. Je vais aussi vous présenter des adjectifs féminins. Pour féminin, ce que vous pouvez faire, c'est, par exemple, je vous ai proposé une idée, une solution, une conséquence, une tendance, une mesure, une priorité, une possibilité, ok? Une polémique, une discussion. Okay, so what you can do is with again all of these, you can put something like une idée pertinente, une idée importante, une idée intéressante. Let's put importante here. Une solution efficace. Okay, euh, une conséquence importante again. Let's do une tendance populaire. Une mesure.
C'est significatif aussi, on peut dire.
Désolée, je n'ai pas entendu clairement.
Une conséquence significative.
Oui, absolument. Ou une mesure significative. Let's do. Yes. Une
Oui.
priorité. Avec une priorité, vous pouvez utiliser quoi? Absolu.
Madame, on peut
Une
dire une priorité essentielle ou ce n'est pas? Oui.
ILLI. Yes. Une
Oui.
possibilité. Une possibilité
Réalistique.
réaliste.
Réalistique.
Non, réaliste.
D'accord.
Une polémique intéressante. Ok. Une discussion pertinente. Ça va?
Oui, madame.
So these are very useful words. This method is very useful because you can use them across many different topics and you can just play with words, okay, and take care of your adjective agreement. You can use this for multiple themes. You're talking about education, technology, social media, work, anything. You can use them here. Now, for those of you who are comfortable with like Hindi or even with like Punjabi, you can even do some comparisons. Now, for those of you who do not know these languages, that's okay. You can ignore this point. But if you have a similar thing in your own mother tongue, you can even do comparisons with it because mostly these languages, Hindi and Punjabi, they also have genders assigned to inanimate objects and ideas. Okay, so if in your mother tongue, if that's the case too, you can do comparisons like that. So, but you don't have to like transfer the gender from your maternal language to French. That's not okay. That's not what I'm asking you to do. What you do is comparisons. Okay, sometimes there can be a satisfying answer to this. Sometimes there is no satisfying answer. You just have to accept it without trying to find any such logic. Okay, so you can even try to make what I call ridiculous associations. Really. So, for example, if I think about Un enjeu. Okay, if I think about this word in Hindi, again, like challenge, I don't know what challenge, I can't recall a proper word for it in Hindi right now, but an enjeu, like for me, challenge hota hai. Okay, hota hai. So that's why I would consider in French also it's un enjeu. Okay, and the same thing for un défi. So this way, hota hai, hoti hai, this is what I usually do. Like, something is masculine considered in your maternal tongue or something is feminine. So for example, when I first learned the word un livre, and the teacher told me that even if this has an extra, like this has an E in the end, this is not feminine. So what I did was I programmed my brain to understand that in Hindi, kitab hoti hai, whereas in French, kitab hota hai. I just programmed my brain like this for multiple such nouns which were different from my mother tongue. Okay, so this was a very helpful solution. Another thing, another funny comparison, ridiculous association that the teacher gave us was a problem. This one I'm pretty sure most of you must know already. Un problème, une solution. So this one is like this was a funny comparison. They were like, if problem is it's a masculine noun and une solution c'est féminin. So like he just gave us this comparison that okay, problem is always male and solution is always female. So there are also nouns of this type that you can remember. This is a ridiculous association, I can say, but this is a great way to remember. Okay, so it's never un solution or une problème. Okay, and you have une liberté. Okay, or you have une obligation. This one is already you have dion in the end, so of course you will have a feminine noun here. Un droit. Okay, so I'm just trying to recall the words which are mostly used in your global themes. Une cause, une conséquence, right? You had un avantage, un inconvénient, all of those, right? So just kind of give yourselves this kind of like mental programming. Okay, that in Hindi agar ye hota hai, then in French this is hoti hai, and so on like that. Okay, so you have to see how that works out. Okay, um what you can also do is you can create your own practice exercises for this. So I'm sorry, just a sec. Yeah, this, create your own practice exercises. So for example, you have un défi, and then you can put two options in front of you. Is it majeur or majeur? Please tell me which one, class.
The first one, masculine
First,
major.
Right?
majeur.
So this kind of a practice exercise you can create for yourself. Une polémique, récent or récente. Tell me.
Récent.
This
Récente.
Récente.
Okay, so this kind of a practice exercise you can look for. Okay, you can create it for yourself. It's pretty easy to do. Okay. Now, what else can you do? Um, I think these are pretty much the tips that I had to sort of give you here. So I think this much will be okay. But yes, there are times when, even after all of this, even if you're like way comfortable after these tips with your nouns, even then sometimes it can happen. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Like today, what happened? So when Ishita was speaking, she said, I think à cause du numérique or à cause de la numérique, something like that. And I was myself stuck whether it is le or la numérique. Okay, I was more inclined towards le numeric, but I still wanted to confirm because it sort of created a little, what can I say, blur in my mind, and so I had to look it up, which is completely normal. Sometimes it's still okay that if you're not completely sure, you can look it up. Okay, so I'm just telling you that these are the ways for you to remember. But even after that, if for one or two nouns it happens, that's completely normal. Is that okay, class?
Oui,
All
madame.
right. So was this helpful?
Yes, a
this
lot. Especially the solution and problem trick.
That's right. That's right. There are also more of these. Okay. So I'll share those as well with you. As of now, it's this. So we can definitely work on more of those as well. I'll share the list and try to create your own practice exercises. And whenever you read something or listen to something, pay more attention to whether something is masculine or feminine. I have mostly learned my, genders of nouns like that.
Right.